We still see big headlines about ETFs, and exchanges like Uphold have been keeping track of how big crypto ETFs have been so far in 2025. But when we take a closer look at these numbers, it's clear that there is ongoing institutional interest. We will have to talk about this a bit more though, because it seems like it could lead us in the right way in the long run. As well, XRP is having a supply surprise. Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but we're going to break it down in this video, so stay tuned. Now that that's out of the way, welcome to the channel. My name is Johnny. Those of you who are new to the channel should really become subscribers by the end of this video. That being said, let's start with proper upkeep. Even though the market was nervous, crypto ETFs sold $585 million worth of new money in the first few days of 2025, which shows that big investors may be interested in the long term. Will the momentum of ETFs be enough to counteract the tough macro conditions and start the crypto rise all over again? The most important thing I need to say about these ETFs is that it seems like a lot of false information was flying around about them. Is this a hobby for the institution? It's not just companies that are interested in ETFs. Regular people can also do it. First, these are goods that institutions, as you know, push because they make money when people like you and me buy ETFs. So if we look at those ETFs, it shows that regular people are still interested. The ongoing bureaucratic hobby, on the other hand, is really there. And how can we, see that? That's because we need to look at banks that are focused on technology and want to adopt and use it too. Of course, there's still a lot of attention paid to the ETF part of things. They still want to push more ETFs because they know that retail interest will continue to grow. But there's real knowledge on that because the XRP ETF on Polymarket has been the subject of bets on what will happen with those ETFs in 2025. About 68% think that an XRP ETF might be allowed in 2025. I really believe it's a Ripple because whoever made it will, let us be honest, they're pretty stupid because they don't know the difference between Ripple and XRP, but you already knew that. Will there be an XRP ETF in 2025 though, no matter what? From my point of view, it will definitely become an ETF. It just adds to the experience, especially with everything we know now. An XRP ETF is definitely up there in terms of having a high potential loss. Because if you know anything about XRP ETFs, you know that 68% is probably a fair rating. But why is that so important? Well, we already know that a lot of companies have been applying for XRP ETFs. They have turned into a great post from Brad Garlinghouse for sure. Now I'm going to talk about the post that was quoted, and it's good. However, Brad Garlinghouse wrote an article saying that it is clear what the market is saying. The institutional interest in XRP goods is stronger than ever. Bitwise, Canary Funds, and 21 Stocks all just put in for XRP ETFs this morning. When Grayscale started to think about XRP, it also filed to turn its multi-asset fund that held XRP into an ETF. The SEC has lost battle after battle in its fight against crypto. They were repeatedly turned down by the court, which will hurt the SEC's credibility and image. Now, if we pass again right now, yes, we have all of those. Also make sure that the Grayscale XRP acceptors work with wrap. That's a big deal. But it's clear right now that there are a lot of XRP ETFs available that are still waiting for approval. A new head of the SEC will start work on the 20th. There will be a crypto admin taking over a building on the 20th. There's already a crypto conference going on. There are also very high chances that the SEC's case against Ripple will be dropped this year. If times have changed, I think the ETF for XRP will probably be approved very soon after. It makes sense. And we have news about that here from BSCN. XRP is about to take off as a pro-cryptocurrency. The leadership of the SEC suggests a victory for Capability Ripple. The ongoing legal battle between Ripple and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has hit a turning point. Recent trades point to a good outcome for Ripple and its native cryptocurrency XRP. The upcoming election of Donald Trump as president, who has put forward crypto-friendly candidates like Paul Atkins for key regulatory roles, has made people more hopeful for the regulatory environment. An expert at GSR named Carlos Guzman said that Ripple could have a big win if the SEC's current appeal is thrown out or if the new management agrees to a deal. The price of XRP is expected to go up if this ends up happening. The XRP Trade Change Fund ETF has also been talked about because of the chance of a favorable criminal ruling. Eric Balcones, an ETF expert at Bloomberg, thinks that there will be a rise in crypto ETFs, especially now that spot Bitcoin ETFs are available. He thinks that XRP might be one of the first to be approved, even though the process could take months. I think that some of these experts are wrong about that. I believe those XRP-based ETFs will be accepted when we least expect it. I think we all want them to come true at some point, but I think they'll happen when we least expect it. It's possible that I'm wrong or right. It's worth noting that Ripple is improving its technology services outside of jail, such as by releasing a new stablecoin called ROUSD. The goal of this change is to make Ripple a more reliable payment option. Now listen, I do need to talk about the case for a second because Rob Cunningham wrote a great article. It's from Capstone, and it tells us the real reasons why the SEC sued Ripple Labs. In 2018, JP Morgan tried to buy Ripple but failed because they were too scared. JP Morgan was sure the Bank of America would win the competition game between the banks with Ripple inside. JP Morgan had to buy time to look for ways to help borrowers and set up a form of Ripple. As the main U.S. partner of the foreign central bank, JP Morgan told the SEC to go to court against Ripple based on knowingly false charges. You might, yeah.